If you think that the advantage and disadvantage essays in IELTS Writing Task 2 is easy to write, you are right. However, there's also one thing that a lot of people do not realize, and that is also why they do not get the band score that they need, aka anything better than 6. Because as far as I'm concerned, the majority of people want better than 6 for their IELTS writing. When it comes to IELTS Writing Task 2, whether or not you have good vocabulary and good grammar, your ideas still matter the most. And that's also the problem with advantage and disadvantage essays that not a lot of people realize, and that's why they do not get the band score that they need, aka anything better than 6. So hey, welcome back to Everything IELTS, a series where I help you achieve your IELTS target band score. I'm back home visiting my family, but I realized that your IELTS cannot wait, neither can my video. So I'm here in my family's living room making a video for you. This video is going to be very quick. It is not something that you really have to work a lot on. It is a kind reminder to you when it comes to the advantage and disadvantage essays in IELTS Writing Task 2. So it is true that the advantage and disadvantage essays in IELTS Writing Task 2 is extremely straightforward. You just need to present at least one advantage, explain it very well, and then at least one disadvantage and explain it very well. You can present more than one. It is up to you. It's not about how many advantages and how many disadvantages you present in one essay. And this kind of essay is the easiest one to get to 6 without having to think so much about the content, thinking so much about the ideas, and also the structure of the essay, because it's that straightforward. In order for you to get better than 6 for advantage and disadvantage essays in IELTS Writing Task 2, there are 2 things you need to pay attention to. The first one is the overall of the essay. Now, as I said, it is very straightforward, at least one advantage and at least one disadvantage. But the problem here is that at the end of the day, after reading the essay, the examiner has to be able to see a comparison between the advantage and the disadvantage. Let's look at an example for you to understand this problem better. So we have a topic over here about young people getting jobs because older people are getting retired early. We need to provide at least one advantage and at least one disadvantage of this trend. An advantage of this trend is probably the chance that young people will have. They will get employed and eventually they will prosper in life, things like that. And a disadvantage that a lot of people may think of is about old people losing the sense of life that they have because they no longer work. Individually speaking, each paragraph is perfect as long as you explain the main idea well. It sounds logical, right? But when you put the 2 paragraphs together in one single essay, it doesn't create the comparison between the advantage and the disadvantage of this essay or of this trend, because young people having a chance to be employed and old people losing hope of life or losing the sense of life have very little in common. A better essay would be A, because young people are getting a chance to be employed so that they can prosper in life. And the disadvantage is that young people lack the skills to do the job very well. And old people do not have time to transfer their skills or to teach young people to do so because they are retiring early. In order for you to have a good comparison, you need a good common ground. So a common ground here is the work, the skill that are needed for the work to be done. So in the first option, if you have simple grammar and simple vocabulary, you will for sure get 6 or even 6.5. But if you want to break through 6 and 6.5 to reach 7, the second approach is a better one. And the second thing you need to pay attention to is the vocabulary and the grammar that you use in your essays. You really need to pay a lot of attention in this case because the essay, the content of the essay, the structure of the essay is very straightforward. There's nothing to argue, there's nothing to talk much about. So you need to think a lot more about grammar and vocabulary, and of course you have more time to think about grammar and vocabulary. So the next time you write an advantage and disadvantage essay, think about this tip. And this is what I teach my clients in my Everything IELTS preparation plan. You can join my Everything IELTS preparation plan for unlimited supports and benefits anytime. For now, you get free practice tests on practicenight.co. I'll see you there. For now, you have fun learning. Bye.